It is the most wonderful time of the year because it's tax season. And this is the time where the ATL tax queen, the tax relief queen, the tax queen across the US while I'm based in Atlanta, the ATL, I serve my clients nationwide. And this is the greatest time of the year because I get to showcase my superpower, and that is tax strategy. Thank you for joining me today. And today I will be discussing the number one, two, three, four, five, six documents. Yes, six documents that I've highlighted that you must remember to include when you file your tax return to avoid an audit. It's tax season. You're supposed to be gathering all of your documentation, and it's February now. So your employers, people you've done business with, your banks, any organization that you've received income documents have is well past their deadlines. Those documents should have by now landed in your mailbox, in your inbox. If you don't have them, you call and you make sure you have these documents because they are going to be so important in filing your tax return. Even if your tax return is submitted and it is accepted by the IRS, if you don't have these documents in as a part of your return and you haven't reported on these documents, it could either land you in an audit or it could hold up a refund. It could really hold up the processing of your refund. The IRS, they like to have your money to you if you do a refund within 21 days. That's their goal. That's their number. That's their KPI, their key performance indicator. If they can get you your documents, your refund back within 21 days. But if you don't have the proper documents in, it could hold it up. And those documents are number one, your W-2, which is your wage and tax statement if you're an income earner. This is a very prominent statement for wage workers. Also, the 1099 MISC, which is the miscellaneous, it reports miscellaneous income. There's the 1099 INT, which is interest income that you would have earned from, various bank products that you may have. Then there's the 1099 NEC. NEC is for non-employee compensation. So it's different from the 1099 MISC that years ago, if you were an independent contractor, you would get a 1099 MISC, but they no longer categorize or classify the independent contractor as a miscellaneous. It's actually non-employee compensation because you are, in fact, you could be quote unquote an employee depending on how you're classified at a job. You may have to appear at work at a certain time. So while you're not earning W-2 wages, where they're withdrawing your withholdings and depositing into the trust fund for you, Social Security and Medicare, you're still earning income that is reported to them. And then there's a 1099-G that's for certain government payments, such as unemployment compensation or a state tax refund. And lastly, there's a 1095-A, which is the statement that you receive from the health insurance marketplace. While you may receive the 1095-B or the 1095-C, those or those statements aren't really required when you are submitting your or filing your tax return, when you're submitting your paperwork to your tax preparer. It's not as important to have the 1095 B and C. The 1095A is like important because you will get an immediate rejection if you don't report the information from the 1095A. The IRS is simply not going to accept your return. But I've noticed some cases this tax season where the Where a client will say, well, I didn't buy insurance from the marketplace. I don't have a 1095A. It doesn't apply to me. Why am I being rejected? So if this is the case for you, you need to call healthcare.gov, call their 800 number, their toll-free number, and tell them, I can't submit my tax return because it's requiring a 1095A and I did not buy insurance from the marketplace. And then they're supposed to be providing 1095As they're providing them to you so as to void the requirement. So again, these are the documents that are so important for to help you to process your returns faster, get your refund within 21 days as the IRS promised, because like I said, it's their KPI. Their goal is to get your money to you within 21 days, with the exception of the earned income tax credit and any of the child tax credits, the additional child tax credit and the earned income tax credit, which, because of another rule with Congress, the PATH Act, they cannot issue that money to you this year. They're saying March 3rd, before March 3rd. So it's going to be a little bit longer than 21 days for people that are claiming the earned income tax credit and the additional child tax credit. But again, these documents are so important for you to provide to your tax preparer so you don't get into any trouble or hold up a refund or monies that you're waiting on that are so important to you. So thank you for tuning in. I am the tax queen. I'm offering you tax relief, and I am glad you joined me. Calculator.